I'm self-diagnosed. I haven't like been diagnosed, but I feel it, you know?
My first thing is do not self-diagnose. As soon as you start yourself feeling like you're going to tell people that you have this, don't do that because
I've already done
Sorry, Andrew.
Welcome back to another video. I'm Andrew and this is Andrea. Andrea, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name's Andrea Michelle. I am Andrea Michelle Photography that does all of his merch photos.
And like my thumbnail photos and photos of Leslie and all of my friends. And you have been a near and dear friend to me for a very long time. And it just so happens that you're also, not only are you a photographer, but you're also...
I'm a mental health therapist.
That's what this series is about. Welcome back to Summer Body. This is my summer series here on YouTube where I'm using summer to dial in on my fitness goals. But as you guys know, it's also really heavy in mental health. And something that I really wanted to talk to you about is something that I haven't quite gotten there yet with my therapist, but I know that you can kind of give me a little teaser into this issue, which is body dysmorphia, because I feel like I have it. I've always felt that way, and I even look back at pictures from last year where I was a lot skinnier, and now I look back and I'm like, man, I was looking good. But in the moment, I didn't feel like I was looking good. And I feel like there's just a mental issue going on. So I just want you to like take it away and kind of just talk about this, because I'm probably not the only one that's
well, you're not, and I can tell you that right now because I have been diagnosed with body dysmorphia, aka anxiety.
Which I think is interesting.
Yes.
It's really anxiety.
So actually body dysmorphic disorder is actually classified under OCD behaviors, which is also an anxiety-based behavior. So anything that we have related to those kind of obsessive compulsive like thoughts and actions are all related to anxiety. I did bring with me the actual definition of body dysmorphia according to the actual diagnostic manual.
Facts.
By me reading this does not mean that I'm diagnosing you guys across the board. If you want to get a diagnosis, please go see a therapist or a psychiatrist or a psychologist, not based off this video, please.
Yeah, for sure. To me, I would see this as maybe a teaser into maybe what you're experiencing.
Yeah, DSM definition, or the criteria are that you must have a preoccupation with an imagined defect in appearance. If a slight physical anomaly is present, the person's concern is marked excessive. So that means that if you have one specific thing of your body that you are constantly thinking about and constantly obsessing about, then that's that preoccupation. The second criteria is the preoccupation causes clinically significant distress and impairment in social, occupational, and other important areas of functioning. The third one is the preoccupation is not better accounted for by any other mental disorder. So that means that basically you don't have any other problems. Just means that you have a really physical, muscle, any kind of preoccupation with your body. Body dysmorphia, though, is not limited to feeling overweight. Body dysmorphia is also like feeling like you're too skinny. Bodybuilders also often experience body dysmorphia because they don't see like they have enough muscle or they have too much muscle. Body dysmorphia encompasses a whole bunch of things, and it's not necessarily that you feel like you're unhealthy, it's the fact that you see something on your body that maybe other people don't see. So with my story, I have a preoccupation with my stomach constantly. I look in the mirror every day and I see this massive donut around my waist, and that's just what I see. But through practice and mindfulness and therapy, I was able to not change that view, but help myself rationalize that view and not become preoccupied with that view that I see myself as.
So it's more about like coping with it.
Yes.
Does it ever go away?
So that's really hard to determine. Mine comes and it goes. Some days I have it, some days I don't. And it's kind of the same for other people. It's like some days it's worse than other days and some days it's not. It's all how your mindset is. If your mindset is anxious all the time, it's never gonna go away. But if you're able to use your coping skills and find a way to like bring your anxiety down to a level, maybe it can disappear. I don't know. It's something that if we can control our anxiety, we can definitely reduce the symptoms and the feelings of having that.
That brings me hope because as you know, I've talked a little bit about this, but I'm on actual some medicine for anxiety, and that's kind of what my therapist was saying. He was saying that like we want to work on stuff, but like we gotta bring the anxiety down to like go deeper and to work on these things. So I think it's just really interesting that it's tied to anxiety because I would see it as like, I just wouldn't see it as tied to anxiety, but it makes perfect sense that you're obsessing over it and it drives you and it makes you freak out.
And basically the definition of anxiety is that excessive thoughts or excessive worry. It's not necessarily always being afraid of something happening. It's not always being worried. It's that excessive like thoughts over and over and over. Almost the racing feelings and racing thinking that we have in our brains.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up though, let's say seeing a therapist right now is just not available to you right now.
Yeah.
What would you suggest people do to help with this issue? Like if you're self-diagnosing yourself and you think that there is that thing, what do you, because I'm self-diagnosed. I haven't like been diagnosed, but I feel it, you know?
Right. My first thing is do not self-diagnose. As soon as you start yourself feeling like you're going to tell people that you have this, don't do that because
I've already done I feel like I've done some research and like I know that I have it though, you know?
However,
like,
you do have to have it diagnosed by a medical professional.
You're right. So mine's undiagnosed. So listen, I've always just assumed that I have it, and we haven't gotten to that in my therapy yet. But like, what can you do? Like, what's a remedy that we can do like today?
There are so many resources on mindfulness online, and for me personally, mindfulness has been something that's changed my life. Mindfulness is basically, it's not that hippy-dippy meditation thing that everybody thinks it is. It's the idea of finding your ground and finding your center in the here and now. So that means like finding where you are in every moment and being able to put yourself in that present rather than all the other things that are happening in your head.
Obsessive thoughts.
Yeah, there's tons of apps too. The Calm app is my favorite app. Some people think it's weird because you're like listening to a weird voice, but I really like it, especially to fall asleep at night. The Headspace app is a really fun one.
I've heard of that too.
To work through.
I haven't downloaded any of these, but I've heard of them.
Well, you should. Even on YouTube, there's tons of mindfulness activities, and there's mindful eating activities, there's mindful breathing activities, there's all these different things that you can do for mindfulness, and that's probably the most basic skill you can teach yourself without actually having to go to therapy.
My therapist right now is we're working on sitting for 10 minutes and doing a breathing exercise and then like noting the thoughts as they go by.
Yep.
And not engaging with them, but just noting them.
Yeah.
And like ships.
That's meditation.
Like ships pass. Yeah. Okay, so I'm already probably like
it's meditation, Sitting and being able to recognize and become self-aware is what he's having you do. Yeah. Once you change your mindset, and the only way to change that is repetition. Positive thoughts by that repetition and like telling yourself all these positive things can literally change your brain chemistry, can literally change the way your brain functions.
Which it works.
They've done brain scans, it's real.
Well, thank you so much, Drea.
Of course, anytime.
I love you so much. I appreciate you.
Can I ask
and they
something
appreciate
real quick?
you. Of course.
Yeah. So if you guys are having any sort of anxiety crisis or anything, please feel free to reach out. Send me a DM.
Yes.
Send Andrew a DM, and I'm sure he'll reach out to me if anybody ever needs it. But please don't hesitate to ask for help. Yeah. I will not be your therapist. However, I will direct you into the right places and give you the right resources that you need. I also can give Andrew crisis line information if you're feeling in a crisis.
Let's put that in there. That's in the description too.
Yeah, crisis line, crisis chat, we got you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Drea.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, in the next Summer Body video or Fat Tuesday video or live stream or whatever. There's always, you wearing it. I actually knew that. I kind of forgot that you had it on. I'll see you in my next video. Leslie? Leslie, are you cold?
Henry's cold too, he's shaking.
Are you cold?
We're cold, aren't we, Henry? It's cold.
Are you cold?
He's also a therapy animal.
You're a therapy animal? Aww, say hi.